Thanks for tuning in to another episode. I just figured I would hop on here and give some life updates. Last week was so busy in the best way, and I realized I hadn't posted a YouTube video in about a week, almost 2 weeks. And so I thought I'd get on here and just let you know kind of what I've been doing, how everything's been going. First, I have a huge announcement. It's huge to me. Some of you may not know what this means, but I am an attorney. For those of you who don't know, I do family law in the DFW, and I was recently elected, or I won an election. I ran unopposed, so I use the word won an election loosely, but I am now one of 2 directors for Texas Young Lawyers Association for the District of Tarrant County, the district where I practice law. And we had our new directors orientation last weekend. Was that last weekend, babe? Yes, last weekend we had our new directors orientation in Houston at the State Bar of Texas annual meeting. And this video is just to give you a recap and updates of my trip, and I got a sweatshirt. I am super excited about this, and I just figured I would hop on here and give you a little bit of insight into my legal journey, how we got here, what this even means, what the heck this is even about for those of you who aren't in the legal world. And yeah, so let's get into it. I've been practicing law for almost 5 years now. I've only ever done family law. When I was in law school, I just knew that I was going to be a public defender because I am all about advocating for people that don't have a voice. I'm all about being someone's support system, standing up to the man, standing up for people who have been misrepresented or mistreated or underrepresented. And doing public interest law just felt like the best route to do that. That did not turn out to be my path, and that's okay. God had other plans. All throughout law school, every internship I had was at a public defender's office in Missouri and Virginia, and it was gonna be in Austin as well. And then when I got to Texas in 2021, I had this internship with the Texas Advocacy Project. And they did divorces where there are like domestic violence situations, protective orders, things like that. Just really helping victims or survivors of domestic abuse to get divorces. And that was my introduction into the world of family law. I fell in love with it. I was like, oh, I get to still help people in this aspect and also work to protect people's new seasons, new chapters, new life, when they get divorced or when custody orders are being put in place. So I know that family law can get a bad rep because every time I tell somebody I'm a family law attorney, they're always like, ooh, God bless you, for doing something so icky. But it's not all bad. I think it really depends on the perspective that people have, because being a family law attorney is so rewarding for me. Like I said, I get to be a part of the ending of a really horrible moment in someone's life and be a part of the start of a very beautiful moment in someone's life. And if you hear any noise in the background, it's my hubby is back there making dinner right now. Say hi, hubby.
Hi.
This is his first time being in my YouTube video. Anyways, he's making salmon right now, so I dare not disrupt him. Anyways, so yes, I get to be a part of the ending of a really bad chapter and the start of a very beautiful chapter in someone's life. That's how I like to see it. So it's a really cool thing. When I first became licensed as an attorney, my number one goal was to be involved. I wanted to go to networking events. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to make new friends. I wanted to connect with a mentor. And so as a young attorney, if you're interested in law school or if you are an aspiring lawyer or anything like that, you want to be involved. You want to stay connected. That's the way to learn more. And it's also a way to get involved in your legal community. And so I joined Austin Young Lawyers Association as soon as I became an attorney. I went to every event I could. I joined whatever end of court I could. I signed up for all the leadership things. So I did leadership State Bar of Texas. I did leadership Austin, right? I did leadership of Austin Young Lawyers Association. I did everything I could. I wanted to learn as much as I could, grow as much as I could, develop as much as I could. And that should be your goal too if you're interested in this. Don't stay at home, okay? It's easy to stay home because everybody likes to be at home and rest and all the things, but your networking is not happening from your couch. Your connections are not being made from watching your TV. So you have to get out there and push yourself to do new things. I've been involved since I, got licensed to be an attorney, but I had a lot of transitions through different law firms. And I'll talk about that in another video. But I had a lot of transitions. And when I had transitions, my involvement dwindled because I started at a firm where they pushed for involvement. They supported you. They paid for CLEs. You had friends to go with through the firm, all of that. So I was never alone. And then I transitioned to a firm where, I have to take initiative on my own and go to things on my own and do all of that. And that was just hard for me to do. Then I moved from that firm, then moved to the DFW from Austin. So now I'm in a new city, new firm, all the things. And I had to take initiative again, right? And so I was kind of ready to do it at this time. Fresh start, new county, let's learn, let's join another Young Lawyer Association, all those things. And so I got involved again. And that was in 2024 when I moved, and we're now in 2026, right? So we're here, and I've now been growing in my involvement more. And my first year when I got here, one of my leadership State Bar of Texas sisters, she encouraged me to sign up to be a director for Texas Young Lawyers Association, to be on the board of directors. And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds really, really cool. You know, I hadn't been doing leadership things for a few years, and I was like, yes, let's do it. I'm in a new city, sure. But I also didn't know anyone, and I didn't take as much initiative as I should have to get signatures for a petition to get me on it, so it didn't happen. But I wasn't sad about it at all. I felt like the Lord was not leading me to do it at that time. I was just kind of doing it because I really wanted to be involved and learn and meet new people. And so the Lord was like, no, that's okay, not yet. And so this past year, 3 of my friends from Leadership State Bar of Texas reached out, and they were like, hey, there's a new seat that's opening up on the board of directors. You should run for it. You might be unopposed. I felt like the Lord was leading me to do it this time and telling me that he had my back, that it was going to be for me. And so I was like really excited because now I've been in the county for a year and a half. I have connections. I've met people. I'm familiar, with the county. I've been to a few networking events and lawyer happy hours. So I'm like, okay, I could probably get signatures this time. We worked so hard to get signatures. And I met some attorneys who were very nice, and I met some who were not so nice. We can talk about that later. But I got the signatures I needed. I ran unopposed, and then I became a director. I'm super excited about this. I'm going to definitely take you with me on this journey of traveling, because the directors in the Texas Young Lawyers Association get to do a lot of really cool things. We meet up once a quarter. We're planning programs and initiatives and rollouts and services to our community, not just the legal community, but the community at large. And I am on a committee called the Public Service Committee, and I'm super excited to serve in this way. I've already met some really cool people. I'm super excited about it. Okay, last week, I also had something going on with my firm in St. Louis, and so I flew out Wednesday morning last week to go to St. Louis, Missouri. When I was in St. Louis, Missouri, I was there from Wednesday until Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, I did not fly back to Dallas. I flew to Houston from St. Louis for the new director's orientation. And so because the firm was paying for my ticket, I only took a one-way flight back. So it was technically a round trip ticket for me. I flew out to Missouri and I flew back into Houston. So my husband drove. How long was that drive? 4 hours. He drove 4 hours from the DFW to meet me in Houston, and he stayed with me during the new director's orientation. So we're at this super nice hotel, Houston Marriott Marquis. It was so nice. They had a huge Texas-shaped lazy river, and it was super, super cool, super nice. I wish we would have brought swimsuits, and I wish we would have stayed an extra day. I had already done a lot of traveling, so it was like in and out. So I got there Friday. We had an amazing time. There was dancing, there was a group outing, then we had all of our meetings and getting to know each other. When I tell you I met amazing people from all over the state already, super amazing people. I'm so excited about it. I was really nervous. I get nervous about networking events, and yes, I'm good at it. Like, I can talk to anyone, but there's still this immediate response of anxiety, because sometimes you just don't know if you're going to fit in. Sometimes you just don't know if you're good enough to be in the spaces you're in. And so I definitely felt a lot of that. I questioned myself about my outfit. Okay, is this going to be good enough? Because I did not grow up with attorneys. I did not grow up seeing family members in professional careers in that way. And so I just always kind of feel out of place with that. Which fork do I use? Which spoon do I use? That sort of thing, right? And so my husband really had to give me a pep talk before going downstairs from the hotel room to the outing, because I just was dreading it. I felt like not necessarily an imposter, because I know what I'm called to do and I know that I deserve to be there. So it wasn't that. I was just nervous about if I was going to be able to make connections. This kind of felt like the first day of school. And so I was nervous about it, but I prayed. I was like, it's fine. We're going to be able to do this. Our director, he is so amazing. He is an amazing leader already. This is my first time really getting to know him, but just him reaching out and making sure the new directors were okay and just checking in. Like, I could just tell he's going to be a really safe space and he's a safe leader. And so it really put me at ease to come downstairs and be myself. And it worked because I had an amazing time. I just really enjoyed it. And so let this be a sign for you to take advantage of new opportunities. When the Lord brings new opportunities and you feel this like warmth and this push to do it, no matter how afraid you are, do it anyways, because you never know what good can come out of the opportunities that the Lord will lead you to. And you don't want to look back later on and say, dang, I wish I would have done that. I would much rather look back and say, I'm so glad I had that opportunity. And this is what I'm doing. I'm taking every opportunity I can to put myself out there, to grow in the legal community, to make connections. This is what it's about, making connections, right? If this is the place that the Lord has you in, make connections while you're there. Make it a good time while you're there. Being a lawyer, like, there's already so many draining things that happen, okay? Clients drain us, cases drain us, judges drain us. Just the routine of it all can be so heavy, no matter what area of law you do. So why not take advantage of the joyous side of it by being in a community? And so I hope this encourages you to go all in your career, and there's no amount of transitions that can stop you from being valuable or worthy, or can stop you from having more doors open for you. So the doors have not closed. The opportunities have not left. It's not too late for you to do whatever you feel like you're led to do. So thanks for listening to my recap, and I'll see y'all in the next video.